Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to some more Kingdom Come. This is part number 9. And we are going towards this place. Ujits. We're going down to find out where the limping bandit lives. And we're going to try and take him out for raiding the farm and killing all those poor innocent farmers. Wait, where did I just go? Oh, I think we're going into this village, right? Yeah, we just have to find out where he lives. He said on the edge of the town, in a hut on the edge of the town. I'm pretty sure he said something like that. We discovered a fast travel point. Nice, we can fast travel to Ujits now, or however the hell you say it. So yeah, he said on the edge of town. I guess we can talk to some people and try and... What did he say again? It said, I think he said in a hut on the edge of the town or something, is what he said. But I'm guessing we maybe have to talk to some people and figure it out. So one thing I noticed as well is pretty much all of my gear is completely fucked. I just went to the repair guy and you can't actually repair stuff that's at a condition 0. So as you can see, this is bringing down my stab defense, slash defense, blunt defense. This is bringing down all of my stuff. So I need to get new gear because this is pretty much affecting my... it's affecting my stats pretty badly. We need to get new gear as soon as we can. Maybe trade out that gear. I don't have a lot of money. That's the problem. I barely have any money at all. I have 38. That's nothing, man. That's really nothing at all. I forgot to actually check the quest log there. That's what I was actually trying to do. Find out where... I suppose we best to ask the locals where I can find the fellow with the limp. Okay, so we just gotta ask the locals. Alright. Makes sense. Let's ask around, see if they know of a bandit with a limp. How about you, lady? You gotta have some idea.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Ah, he lives here all right, the devil take him. In a cottage at the end of the village by the road to Neuhof.
Okay, we found out. That was pretty easy. Wasn't expecting it to be that easy. So now, we have to go visit him. Lubosh is his name. How do we know that? She didn't actually tell us his name, so... This is it. This is it. Right here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is there so many people here? This is a worrying sign, people, that there's so many here. Uh-oh. Please don't tell me we have to fight, like, loads of people at once. Is that him? Oh, he's dead.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Good lord, what did they do to this poor man? Jesus!
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Alright. Okay, well, that's disgusting. And we gotta find out more from the people around here, I guess. Maybe someone saw something. Let's find out.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Okay, that's all he has.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
I want to learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
Mightier than the sword. Okay.
What the? What is it?
Sorry, lady. Didn't mean to. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. Maybe it's time I learned to read. Take the ring to the miller in Kohelent. We still haven't done that. Jesus Christ. I wonder will your boy get pissed? Okay, let's ask the villagers around here, see if they know anything. Marush, maybe you know something about him?
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Ah.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Yeah, see, he was
Do you
definitely
know who
involved.
Lubosh used to spend time with?
We already
Kin or
knew that,
friends?
though.
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Poor guy.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, lady. We appreciate your time. Alright, what do we want to do now? Do we keep looking around here, or? We can talk to the priest as well. Let's have a look at the crime scene. Pretty disturbing, actually, but...
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head.
No shit.
Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning, but who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Pity I don't know how to read. Are you serious? You can't even read 3 words like that? Jesus Christ, man. Oh, it's the whole area. We can figure out more in the whole area. Let's go see the priest then. See what he has to say about the whole situation. And,
Jesus!
sorry, man.
Look where you're going.
I'm sorry, dude. Accidental, my friend. Alright, let's go see the priest. There's the church there, huh? Oh, is this him? Why would the priest have a sword like this? Why do you have such a big sword, priest?
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sahanish of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
I'm not a
Did
child.
you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Come on, man.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Right. Jesus Christ. I was going to attack us there for a second. Let's talk to the innkeeper, see if he knows anything now.
Good day to you.
Hello. Maybe he knows something?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but to ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
He definitely told the priest about it. So we need to convince this priest to tell us.
Was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Right.
That's
we need to get something out of this priest, because he's our only lead, man. Right, while we're waiting for the priest, I'm just going to go over here and see about this quest, this side quest over here about learning to read. Because if we could learn to read, that might actually help us in our quest. We'll be able to read that message on the wall. I don't know how much that would actually even end up helping us, but I assume this is the man here. Maybe you could teach us to read, buddy? That'd be helpful.
Good day to you.
I assume it takes more than just learning, though.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Shut up about that.
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Facts.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Great, this guy's really helpful.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Right, none of these people are any help at all.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
I'll think it over and come back later.
Right, we're not going to do that now because I actually have no money at all. And apart from that, he said it takes a lot of time. So let's just go back and see if the priest is in the tavern yet. Okay, the priest is finally here. Took your time, Father Godwin, lad. You took your bloody time, mate. But we shall sit and talk.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This villager
What
just
about your
randomly
kids?
sat next to us.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless.
Ale for me.
We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of a church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful.
So you have to tell us.
Here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business.
Yeah, we need to know, man.
So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
You're just making excuses.
The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry. You've no idea how wrong you are.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujic isn't Prague.
We probably
It's
shouldn't
not
have said
enough
that.
to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money.
Shut up, priest. We just want to know who fucking. We just want to know what Lubash knew, man.
They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
No thanks.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Sure, why not?
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Why not? Might as well have a goddamn drink. See, this lady is still there.
Na kraj padnu desej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech ich małżeński majsat, do wczera żylne staje prach, už sej moji svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich učit, nám je to jedno a tak se
How much are we gonna drink here?
jako poslední jen, bude slávy, panorama slávy, a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem.
Did Henry just slap her ass? What about Teresa, Henry?
Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra je tu
Or smash.
Enough of this.
Bailiff, come over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Bailiff's not happy.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
God damn it, we actually gonna back him up. It's a bad idea, dude. Do we really? We actually have to help him out. Jesus Christ.
Come on then, bailiff.
Ooh! Uppercut. We are smashing this fella. He's done. Nice! I'm getting good at the hand-to-hand. A lot better than I am with the swords. Boom. We leveled up.
Surrender! You'll have to answer for your lawbreak.
Me?
Thou shalt not hurt thy neighbor.
What do you mean?
Stop! Hear me! Thou shalt not hurt.
What the hell just happened? Why are we getting arrested all of a sudden?
I saw you beat. Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a nice pile of coins.
Yeah, you saw me beating people because... What? Are you kidding me?
That's too much. I don't have that much coin.
You still have to pay the penalty. Looks like you'll have to sit it out in jail.
Seriously? You're joking.
You're making a serious mistake. If only you knew what you've just got yourself into. This won't end well for you.
Well, I thought, that is, I had no idea. If that's how it is, of course you may go.
What? Okay. We got away with it. That was stupid, dude.
What Teresa's doing now. I could stop by and see her again. I enjoyed it last time.
We're absolutely smashed, man.
I'd love to.
Alright, we can ask Teresa out now again as well.
Right, Henry.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me?
Oh, this is a bad idea. This is an awful idea, people.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
I don't know about this, man. I feel like we're getting in big trouble for messing with this priest.
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
God damn it, man. Fucking the whole town up.
Ah, bloody hell. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
What? Right. This is stupid, man. This is just so stupid.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Really? We're gonna be asking Teresa out tomorrow. Oh, Jesus Christ, lads. That's hilarious. The priest was getting at it there. Priest, you gotta tell me now, man. This priest is absolutely nuts, lads.
What the hell?
This priest is just crazy.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Nice. Oh, that's hilarious. Good lord. That was great fun, to be fair. Now we need to learn to read. We need to ask Therese out. The priest is such a knacker.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. And we have a wonderful time.
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
What a lunatic.
Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there.
Oh, God.
Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Alright, that's a deal. That's a deal. We have to do it now. That's just a straight up deal. Quest log updated. Drinking binge done and dusted. Oh, God. This quest has been hilarious, though.
Well, alright. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Dude, I honestly
Wonderful.
can't remember a single word
Let's
from that
get
sermon.
to it then.
I honestly cannot remember a single word from that sermon. This is going to go horribly. Genuinely horribly. Right, let's get to fucking... I can't even walk straight. Alright, let's go to church. Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your line. Right, let's do it. Come on. Give the sermon in church instead of Father Godwin. This is going to be hilarious. I honestly can't. I hope we don't actually have to remember the lines from the sermon, because that will go horribly for me. He's fucked still.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill dog.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters,
We fucked last
may have
night.
had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
This is the dumbest part yet. Funny though. It's fucking funny. It has to be the funniest part. Start a modest sermon, I guess? I don't know. We'll try that.
Brothers and sisters in Christ, I would...
Oh god, this is going fucking terrible.
I would like to talk to you about our Holy Mother Church and what iniquities it's declining into.
That whelp wants to preach about the church.
We should have started confidently, goddammit.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
You're damn right I'm right. Continue harshly, sure.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to
this is
steal
what he
and
said.
murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
Yes, we're doing it right. Let's talk about the sin of fornication.
They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Let's continue harshly. That
Enough
was the first
about
time.
sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church.
Yes,
what if
success.
the devil himself
Beautiful.
were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Criticize the prelates, but stand up for Godwin. Yeah, we'll do that.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Yeah, I think we done a great job there. We could not have done that better. Honestly, could not have done that better at all. And hopefully the priest is going to tell us now.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
Thank you, bailiff.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague. He told him nicely.
Now you got to tell us. If he doesn't tell us, I'm going to snap.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out?
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again someday.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Priest is a legend, mate. Alright. That quest done and dusted, I assume, now. It was a fun one. It was a fun one, to be fair. Mysterious ways. Game saved. Right, so I think at the start of the next part, we'll go and visit Teresa, see what she has to say. But for now, I think we'll end that here. Find the footpad in Ledechko. I was actually in Ledechko earlier on. I was down there now to... I think... What was I doing down there again? I can't remember. Ledeshko, where is it? It's down the bottom. It's down near the bottom. I fast traveled down here for something. Oh, to visit the blacksmith. Because no blacksmith would... No other blacksmith would goddamn let me visit them. So... we'll fast travel. Wow, we have to fast travel a long way there. Where? I wonder where the baths are. I think this might be the baths actually, because I really need to go have a bath. That's just and also I need to goddamn get better gear and get money and shit. I have nothing at the moment, dude. I really have nothing at all. What was I gonna do here again? Oh yeah, I was gonna say we do have a repair kit though. We have a repair kit, so that might help us out a little bit if we use this on... No, we don't want to use them on the van braces. We'll save that then. We don't need it right now. But for now, I think that's where we'll end this part. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Keep hitting that like button. I really do appreciate the support that's coming on the series. And we'll go to the end if it keeps up like this. So make sure to keep hitting that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.